Welcome back to Titan Digital. Today we're talking about the new placement that has appeared now on Meta ads for targeting. So, Tom, what are we talking about here?
We are talking about the new placement for Threads. Threads, if you don't already know, is an app from Meta that came out quite a while ago as a replacement for Twitter. And it somewhat took off, but has now been fully integrated into Meta's advertising platform.
So what do you think this means for advertisers? Like, there are so many different placement options already within the Meta ecosystem. And do you know even what these ads even look like, being that it is, I guess, almost a Twitter feed type thing in Threads, right? Like, what are the ads are going to be appearing like?
So far, we don't know, and that's the problem. They've released it as an option when you select your ad placements and at the top of your ad section, when you select your ad profiles to ensure you're advertising from the correct place. However, they've not actually provided any insight to what the ads will look like. In the ad preview section, there is no ad preview for Threads. In the ad breakdown for the data section for results, there is no breakdown for Threads.
It kind of sounds like the guy who's in charge of this accidentally turned on a button that's allowing people to advertise here, but then nothing else was done. Like, it's almost like this isn't ready for the platform, right?
I feel like they kind of jumped the gun on releasing it, since like there's very minimal information out there for how this works, what's best practice for it. If we have to start making another placement adjustment if it comes to timeline story, is there something different for Threads? We don't know.
Well, even character limits, like you'd imagine, like your normal feed ads and everything, you can put a whole bunch of text in there, but being the style of Threads app, you're not going to have an ad with, a very long character, like a long copy variation on there. So
yeah, exactly. It's one of those things we're not sure yet how to go about working with. And I guess at the moment, the only way to really test it is to create an ad set specifically for Threads, only targeting Threads, excluding everything else, and just kind of seeing there what kind of results you are getting through the platform.
Yeah.
Otherwise, when even with third-party reporting platforms, you're not able to track Threads as a placement. You can't do the breakdown in platform on Meta either. So it's so far is the only way at the time of this recording to do that.
So just the only way you can test it is just set up a whole campaign. Only thing is Threads. And you don't even know what really assets you need to upload for this. You don't know what your ads are even going to look like.
Yeah. So you kind of shooting in the dark here.
Run it as a retargeting ad. So at least maybe you might get your own ad so you can actually see what you're even doing on the platform. Because who knows what it's going to look like.
Exactly. And currently for all of my clients, I've gone through and excluded Threads just for the sheer fact of I'm not sure yet how we can target this properly or how we can report on it properly, because similar things have happened on TikTok. They've released things where they're not ready yet. They haven't been fully planned out and thought out, and it's actually hindered the performance of the account.
Yeah, and I guess also if there's a lack of advertisers on the platform, potentially Meta could start shifting a lot of your budget onto this platform, and you'd have no idea how that's going, and it could potentially tank your results.
That is exactly what TikTok did with Pangle.
Yes, Pangle's been a thing. Okay, well, I guess at this point, as you said, I think it might be worthwhile running a test on just, as you said, placement only and running it and see what happens. Maybe going to get some really good results because it is such a new platform, but I didn't even realize people are using Threads that often at the moment. Like, do we know what the usage rate is like at the moment at all?
Well, that's actually, I've been reaching out to our Meta rep to try and set up a meeting to get some formal training and insights and data around Threads and what that looks like for advertisers. But so far, we've received no information.
Okay. So watch this space, right?
Watch this space. This will be something that I think it's come too early, and now it's a warning to kind of make sure your ads don't dip, and this could be a potential reason. And then as we learn more, that's when we'll actually start to be able to provide proper guidance on best practice.
Okay. And so I guess just for people who are setting up campaigns, is this a setting that is automatically on? And do you need to try and dig in to find the setting to turn this off? Like, how do we go about removing Threads from our campaigns?
So if you have something already set up to your advanced placements in your ad set or audience settings, it'll be at the very bottom. It will already be added. If you have not selected advanced placement and you've done select placement, it's just going to be a matter of ticking a box.
Okay. And do you know if Meta is retroactively adding this to campaigns that are already running?
They are.
They are. Okay. So I guess that's a big warning then for anyone who's got campaigns running. And if you have seen a decline in performance, maybe this should be the first thing you're looking at, is looking at where are your ads actually showing, and maybe you are showing ads on Threads that you're not aware of.
Yep.
All right. Well, we'll do another update on this when we have a bit more information.
Sounds good.
Thanks, Tom.
Thanks.